correctly, is how much they force prio based on the knowledge that they have. As Chovy...
Yeah, Shockwave going to come through. There's the hook perfectly lined up as Chovy just didn't want to flash. Eventually he will, but they also have to invest. Morgan's going to have to play very defensively here. We'll see whether he does actually blade search forward or look for some of this CS as Carrier now searching for the hook, finds the play first. End of the line comes on in, and that is a very dead Aurelia and first blood to T1.
Coming here bottom side, Kana does not have vision.
Yeah, Willa's going to come on down here, even on levels here between the jungler and the top laner. Kana has been on an island just a little bit here. Some last-minute plates to come through, or last 3-minute plates, I guess, if you want to be technically correct. As Gumayusi looking for Vista here underneath the turret. The flash gets him out of the way of the hook, as Vista's looking to keep himself alive. Ona now in trouble as Deft turns up once again. He gets exhausted immediately. Vista, what the heck was that? Unbelievable play from the Life support, and they take away T1's jungler. Chovy now looking to try and get some more done, but Kana is going to turn up once again. Decent little paddle star, and they get the flash out for the Shockwave.
And take the Rift Herald, because they know T1's going to be coming at this timing. And that's a good sign for a best of 5 like this. You're not figuring it out on the fly, you already know. Now they're going to look for some extra gold here with this second Herald.
Yep, turret going to go down low. Shockwave not quite able to find Chovy there as the ulti comes through. Faker so incredibly low after the bullet time, but isn't going to fall down. Doesn't have teleport, so he's going to be away for a little while as Chovy as well, under half HP. See Life Esports still wanting to fight for this Drake. 5 versus 4, Drowsy comes through. This is part of the danger time for this Zoe. Collateral damage just white, sidestepped by the Zoe. And T1 wrestled out of the river as there's the Moonlight Vigil to come down. Morgan could be in trouble here. Flashes the hook, not quite long enough. Great double stun there from Morgan, but they are still going to be able to get pressure onto this turret. T1 wanting to grab that is now Vista looking to come round once again. There's the ulti to come through for Morgan. Only one person can take that lantern, and now Kana could be in trouble. He's down so low and trying to get the damage out as Deft finishes him off in the end. Morgan likely to fall as well. It's 2 for 1 so far for T1, and Life Esports now forced to leave. Flash comes out from Chovy. That's one that he stole away as T1 are on the wrong side of this Drake, but now with the man advantage.
It's not over just yet. They keep looking.
I mean, this is so risky for Life Esports here.
Ona parkouring his way in. There's the Shockwave ball delivery system here, and Vista, he's going to go golden for a little while. Stands beside Willa, keeps himself alive for the moment. As Ona, below half health, great hook to come through from Carrier, but there is another stopwatch from this team. Of course, Willa, no way out. Wasn't going to invest the flash, as it turns out, as another bubble lands, but I think the T1 have finally won the fight. What do you think, gentlemen?
This is the most Chovy Life Esports scenario that you could imagine, as he's sitting back with mostly full health on the Zoe, trying to hit these pot shots while everyone else is blocking, and they're coming back in.
Does Deft have ultimate? No, he doesn't, as Ona could be in trouble here. One last auto. It's actually going to be the Zoe that picks it up with a bubble through the wall.
Right, they're earlier to the objectives. I think the shot calling is a little bit crisper, but in terms of raw mechanics, Life is showing why they're in this quarterfinal.
Yep, Vista caught in amongst a whole lot of people as the Shockwave finds absolutely no one still. Carrier locks down that kill. In the meantime, Kana takes the turret on the bottom side, and T1 are adding winning to their winning.
Xinjiao and the Aurelia, and of course the Braum, in this very rare circumstance where you can actually pull it off, is actually pull people out of their engages as Deft might be in trouble.
Yeah, Kana looking for the dive right underneath this turret. He had the shield bow, and he's absolutely fine, just walks up.
Mid-game fights where they wanted to re-engage, but weren't able to, as they might go in here.
Faker looking for the Shockwave, finds it onto Willa there pretty comfortably as the ulti comes through to keep the Xinzao alive, but it's not going to work for long enough. The Gore Drinker certainly working out quite nicely, but it didn't change the fate.
And when your Aurelia can't reliably match someone inside, a lot of the value does get taken away as Shockwave...
Chovy just walked into the Shockwave. He does use his Zhonya's. Try and keep himself up, and now will flash away, but Willa is going to pay for his sins. The ulti comes down, and it is not going to save the Xinzao. Ona not done just yet, as Everfrost looks to try and deny T1. But it looks like they might be aiming for a Baron instead, and that would be a massive swing in this game, in a position where T1 were already massively ahead.
Yeah, they're already so far ahead. You don't have a jungler anymore as Life Esports. 100% you can take this. Life, this is a mistake to challenge.
Yeah, well, Carrier finds yet another hook, but there's no backup as now Morgan looking to get in there. Does dive into the back of the pit. There's Hammer looking for more. The Baron does go over to T1, but can they keep themselves alive? Will any of these Barons make it out of the pit as Guma is about to say yes? The bullet time not W they were looking for, but the bubble will now connect. And Chobi's going to find the paddle star there as well. So Owner has been taken down. 2 Barons remain. On this gets on over. Remember, Faker's Shockwave, it is right there. It is ready to go as Owner taken down to half health. Hanwha still with a fair bit of fight left in them. Chobi looking for a bubble, doesn't quite find it there. As the teleport comes in, it's Faker that locks down the Drake as Will is trying to keep himself alive once again. Flashes out. And he is going to survive for the moment, but T1 looking to try and race for this inhibitor turret in the mid lane, and they will have inside track to get themselves there.
Look at the teleport top here from Kana too. He's going to go for this inhibitor turret. You've got 2 problems at once here as Hanwha Life Esports. Morgan just used his teleport to come into that fight so late. Then they had to flash out. Willer's flashless. I mean, T1 are looking to actually start finishing this game shortly here. You make any mistakes as Hanwha, the game ends.
Well, now Morgan trying to go in. Actually, just a bit of a drive-by there. And that's the case. Owner's even going to steal away this red buff. The entire jungle on both sides of the map belongs to T1. Is okay, Owner going to take a little bit of a nap here, but he's just so tanky. Willer can't say the same thing as Morgan looks for some stuns, but he's not going to quite find them. The Crescent Guard looks to try and keep Willer alive, but it isn't going to be enough as Canna's going to get knocked up, but that is just disengaged from Hanwha Life. Another dive forward as it is going to be a bit sleepy time for Owner, but he is going to be able to make his way out. And about 25 is when they theoretically should have been strong. That time has gone. T1 in so much control as Hanwha trying to do the very best to defend their base, but 2 inhibitors go down. 3-man Shockwave just found out of nowhere from Faker as Willer. The only way that he can go is forward. He is Xin Zhao. Kit has not changed, and T1, they're looking to end it all right here, right now, as Morgan very low as well, trying to defend that one Nexus turret. Visca being a valiant defender, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Nexus turrets just melt at the hands of Gumayusi's Crescendum. The Nexus going to follow suit, and T1, all business.
미드 밀만하거든.
와 나이스.
일단 진짜 볼게.
구도 좋아 구도 좋아.
진짜 잡았고. 나이스고.
미드.
미드 밀게.
미드 왔잖아.
하자,
될것
하자.
같아.
오케이. 퍼져. 퍼지면 좋아.
미포공만 조심해봐.
이래봐 이래 잘 봐. 다 쓰면.
미포공.
브라운드로.
1 들어오면 탈진 걸어줄게.
오케이.
이래 도공. 궁 깔아놓고.
오케이.
타워.
수면 받았다 얘. 끝낼게.
파워 쳐줄래?
잠깐 싸움 봐.
살려줘.
아 나이스.
나이스. 지지.
I mean, looks like they're going to commit to this, which is very, very greedy in terms of positioning here. Faker has to be so careful. They're just going to straight up start this.
Oh, engaging in onto T1 is dangerous, though, as we've got a back coming through from Morgan, maybe thinking about getting himself an item. A teleport coming on down from T1 as Faker's going to get hooked, has the ultimate, keeps himself alive. Chains of Corruption come out as well, though, as Deft looking for some arrows. Shelly getting in amongst it as well, as she eventually decides that she wants to get out, as Chovy bullying Gumayusi away from this pit, and T1, they don't want the fight.
T1, I mean, they really just got completely out-rotated here. Morgan's on the backside, by the way, and is going to be able to catch this wave, but hit point advantage goes to Hanwha Life Esports. They've got long range engaged too. You have to respect this as T1. This could be a huge mistake. There's a teleport coming through top side here.
That's the second teleport to come on in. Faker, no flash available, but now has full health once again. As Morgan, he can blast cone over, but the information is now there from T1. They know that this isn't going to work out as Owner is going to steal away the Rift Herald. Now Morgan diving on in immediately. He gets exhausted. Canna looking for Willer on the backline, but has he overextended? It's a question. Morgan staying alive for so long, and first blood goes to Faker. Chovy gets smashed into the wall at the back of Shelly's pit, but does make his way out. Gumayusi trying to get him as they're not going to fall for that funny business. It's a double kill for Faker.
I'm not saying it's a good plan, Atlas.
Yeah.
I just want to provide... We need a plan.
It was
it's
a
not
desperate
great.
attempt. It was a desperate attempt, and I appreciate you taking it.
I mean, the other thing is, like, right now is Chovy, watch him try to find any damage, and it's just not realistic.
Well, the rest of the team coming on over. Shirley's down very, very low as it's the flash on forward to get things started, but Willer just throws his life away in the end. Canna, yep, pretty immune right now as Vista looking to try and get his way out. Oh, not quite able to land the passive just there as the piercing arrow does a lot of work. Canna eventually, with the help of a few dots, is able to take down the Nautilus as over the wall goes Chovy and into the death chamber with him as Morgan as well trying to walk his way out. T1 extraordinarily far ahead right now, 5-0 in the kills. Shirley steps up and they're looking to break down this turret as Canada's standing in, getting a bit of his thumbs up out there. And this could just be 2 turrets right here on this Poppy.
You can't all-in Faker, because Faker's ult's up. You can't all-in Gumusi because Keria is with him non-stop. You need everybody to go in all at once.
They're still trying to find something, though, as Canna dives on forward. It is going to be T1 locking down the Drake, but can they win the fight? And I think that the answer to that is yes, as Chovy able to get back over the wall as the Poppy, very, very low, but is going to survive. Team in their region, because that's not what this represents, right? This represents T1 tidying up their gameplay so much more, as this was a 5-game series. Is now Canna looking to try and get more done. Gumushi, a massive ulti in the backline. The Varus just dies. I didn't even see what he got hit by. It just gets completely obliterated.
Baby coming through.
It was just needled. He was just needled, as Canna is just so extraordinarily strong right now. Willa trying to get away, but he's not going to be able to. Gets the thumbs up, and Canna is indeed unstoppable.
And this is giving me flashbacks to what we saw, as he might still get popped here.
Well, we'll see how immune he's going to be. We're going to try and cut down the Crocodile. It's going to be difficult, but does still have his circle available. Yeah, exactly. T1, they can just go over and grab it. And yes, congratulations, Humble Life Esports. You do have yourselves a Baron. But Faker is going to come through and try and do a 1v2. Ults himself. Gets a bit of extra damage down there, but Faker should still die, but no. Able to walk his way out, and yep, that's the last tick, calculated by the man in the mid lane.
Because T1 are just one step ahead.
Yeah, it's really, really rough. They're going to fight for this blue buff. It is going to be secured there by Chovy, so at least there's that. And now Owner actually in a bit of trouble. He's going to flash his way out. Faker there to follow up, though, as he dives on forward with that Ring of Frost. Still has the ultimate. Also has a Zhonya's as well, as Faker actually going to fall here. He'd already used that Frozen Tomb, so unfortunately no option to have that one. It's a 1-for-1 thus far. Still trading evenly here on Humble Life Esports. We're not really sure about this anymore.
Yeah, we can't rescue you, and Morgan has no teleport here, so he's going to have to just kind of hover around and wait for the sandwich to come through. But there's so much vision here for T1 that Humble Life Esports had to push through.
And it's going to rush it down. Morgan can dive on over the side. Steadfast presence is going to be there, and the Poppy locks down the Baron. Now can they win the fight, though, as they immediately just run over Chovy. And with Chovy dead, there is nothing left. It's a triple kill for Gumushi, and Depp finds himself alone. I think this is the end for Humble Life Esports in game number 2. As Dept not going to be able to cleanse again, and that's going to be the ace given over. T1 storm down the mid lane in an extraordinarily dominant first 2 games.
노틸 노플 노고 레넷만 여기 있어. 내가 아래 애들은 막아줄 수 있어.
이거 아래로 걸어야 될 수도 있겠다.
나 여기
아니 앞에 봐줘 앞에.
일단 버스 한다.
형 딜해.
딜해.
일단 먹어.
먹었어.
노틸
싸봐도 될 듯.
노틸 노플.
로틸.
르블랑.
오케이, 르블랑.
릴만 CC 걸었어.
잡았고.
레네. 짜오.
와볼래?
미드.
탑텔? 아니 미드
라인
빨라.
좀 줘. 라인 좀 줘.
이거 바로 수축 보자.
오케이.
얼마나
풀
그래?
있어 풀 있어.
코드라킨인데?
나 2초 잡았어.
코드라킨인데? 누가 코드라킨인데? 난데.
너
난가?
키우려고?
나야 나.
오케이.
끝내자.
His way into the river, gets double raked, and gets a thumbs up for it. Very, very nice, as that's a Gravitum stun that's going to land. The hook is going to go completely wide, though. That was an odd maneuver. Carrier gets stunned up. And now Will is making his way in, but Owner in perfect position. Do you want to fight a low-health Olaf, though, is the question? And Owner's answer is absolutely. Yes, I would very much like to do that, as Stand Beside Me comes on in, and Owner's going to get exhausted. That's the flash forward. Owner thought he'd done the calculation, but it doesn't quite work. Everyone's health bar is extraordinarily low, though, and T1 are closing in on this bottom side of the map. Deft, yeah, Vista's going to have to cancel the back, because he doesn't want to leave Deft alone, as the rake's going to be avoided this time. Deft is going to flash, get himself out of the way. Not a lot of summoner spells left remaining in first blood.
Realistic to expect. And T1 are already on the case.
Well, Rift Herald comes down. Faker taking a bit of damage here.
That Rift Herald placement.
Yeah, that's an odd. It's definitely not the optimal placement there. As Canna's looking for the solo kill onto Chovy. Chains are going to connect those. There's the hyper proc, and Canna flashes. Gets the distortion.
This is for a good one.
Yeah, I think this is a world's winning T1 performance right now. However, that is getting way ahead of ourselves, because this series isn't even over yet.
Rift
and
Herald on the
Shirley is
table.
now getting taken down. T1, let's see whether they can win this battle. Gravitum comes on out. Chains of Corruption are going to be the answer, so that means Hanwha should be able to get Shirley, but the Moonlight Vigil comes down. That's stolen away, though. Owner actually diving forward. Faker using his ult to make sure no one can get out. Dept going to be the first victim. That's another one to go down as well, as unfortunately Will is not going to be able to Ragnarok that, and Chovy's still alive. Morgan is his only teammate that's also there, and unfortunately, it's not for too much longer. as he needs to try and get through both Canna and Faker. Okay, fight's continuing to erupt here. The flash has to come through because the return of the Rake was going to be enough to get rid of Chovy, and he's getting closed in upon. Carrier actually gets it with the edge of the hook.
And we'll see if this roster stays together next year or not. When Chovy's contract expiring at the end of the year, who knows? But I gotta say, you know, for Willer, this is probably going to be one of the biggest learning experiences he'll ever have of his whole career. As Hanwha Life Esports don't have any vision on the Baron. They know what's being done, though. They're going to go through this choke point.
Yeah, some scary guns on Gumushi as well as the ult comes forward from Vista, trying to start this one off in their favor. It's not the steal, and it's just a dead Willer to start this one off. But at least Morgan dives on forward, takes out Faker, tries to drive by, but it's not going to work. Deft now going to be the focus. It's Gumushi. That's so many chakrams. He is terrifying on this Aphelios. Vista going to get taken down, and now Owner parkours his way into this top lane. Deft a sitting duck right now. And it's the double kill to come through from the T1 jungler. And that, I think, was the last gasp from Hanwha Life
We have
Esports.
seen these comps work if they get out early, but now Carrier
This is going to get hooked.
don't miss.
Yeah, Carrier is just a little bit too good on this Thresh. As yeah, Faker's going to come on through.
Going to watch the same fight happen again. Maybe this time the miracle can occur. Because, I mean, you are praying for a miracle if you're a Hanwha Life Esports fan. Tournament life on the line here.
I don't know, man. Even a miracle may not be enough here as Hanwha. They don't even get towards the pit. The Baron is secured. Willer now down extraordinarily low. It says he's unstoppable, but it's looking pretty stoppable right now. It's Gumusi's dominating as he takes down the jungler. Hanwha now running for the hills as quickly as possible. Decent disengage ult from Vista as Chovy dives into the back line. Gets exhausted though straight away. Morgan with the dominance gets on top of Gumushi, but there's so much peel and he is going to be okay. Lantern thrown out for Faker as Chovy flashes himself out of the way. Morgan doing the same thing as Owner goes golden. Vista and Deft still alive for the moment. But the Talon has found Varus, and yes, the base is being absolutely destroyed. Chovy now on the wrong side, and this is going to be the ace almost as Morgan the only one left remaining. But Nexus turrets aren't going to be here in T1. They are just looking to end this game right here and put Hanwha Life Esports out.
끝날 각 있나?
아 끝나.
끝나.
근데 억제기 밀어야 돼. 나온다. 미드 밀어야 돼 이거.
한 번 더 싸워도 돼. 한 번 더 싸워도 돼.
억제기 나올 거야 이거. 미드 밀어야 될 거야.
나왔다.
미드 밀어야 돼. 미드.
한 번 더 싸울래?
싸워 그냥 싸워.
싸우자. 싸움 봐주자 이거.
끝내자.
한번 해주자 이거.
빨리 끝내주자.
싸움 본다.
미안하게 됐습니다.
오케이.
야, 세상에 그런 거야. 미안한 게 어딨어.
미안하다.
야 르블랑 나온다.
수고하셨습니다.
수고하셨습니다.
고맙습니다.
Semifinals.